Hello, welcome to today's episode of Fish Farming with Dewilos Fish Farm. In today's episode, we want to talk about fish feeds. Traditionally, fish feeds from the waters. They eat anything which is in the water, little roots of plants, microorganisms or planktons, all those elements that stay in the water. Sometimes also fish eat their fellow fish. The bigger fish eat the small fish, especially the carnivorous types like the catfish. They eat down friends. Aside from that, a lot of times we buy processed feeds from fish feed processors, bring to our farms, and we start feeding our fish. Now, all those have elements of cost. However, there's another way of feeding your fish, which is very cost effective using what we call black soldier fly. Today, I want to introduce you to our black soldier fly colony. We grow these flies, they become big, they produce new eggs, and then we turn with those eggs, let them grow into larvae, and the larvae, we go and feed them to our fish. The BSF or the black soldier fly larvae are very proteinous. They have up to almost 35% proteins in them. They have amino acids, they have got minerals, they've got vitamins, they've got fats, a lot of fats inside them. So when you give your fish some BSF larvae, they actually get almost everything with the exception of sufficient carbohydrates. So what you do with the carbohydrates is you can always introduce them using your maize brand or your rice brand or your wheat brand or some things like that. And of course, that is how we sustain our fish farm. We reduce cost and we get our fish to grow very, very fast. Okay. So just a quick introduction. From what I'm showing you, first you look at the nets. Those nets are called the larve cages, growing inside there. And the entire cycle of the BSF growth is achieved in these larve cages. Okay. You can look at that. So in every larve cage, we have got the flies, the BSF flies. You can see them flying up here in front of me. They're black. They look like the wasps. They have those long tails. These are not your ordinary house flies or toilet flies. They are so different. These flies, they grow inside here for up to 45 days, going through the different life cycles of a fly, from the eggs to the larvae to the prepupa up to the adult fly. You see, I've just entered inside the larve cage to try and get a closer view of the flies. Look at them on the nets here. So what happens in this net is the flies, once they're trapped inside here, you give them water soaked in cotton or in clothes, something which will make them the water so wet. The water just about slightly below the cotton covering. The flies will come and step on that, they drink the water. When they drink the water, if they're ready to have to mate, they will go and mate in mid-air inside this space here. They do back-to-back mating. Once they mate, they come down here. Yes, so they lay their eggs on this wooden piece, as you can see them here. In these little spaces we have them, they insert their bottoms there and they push the eggs inside there so that they feel safe and they know the eggs are protected. These little pieces of wood is called an eggie, just from the name of the eggs. The eggs laying wood. The eggs are made just by you, the farmer. You don't have to get somebody to do it for you. You go to the timber yard, get some pieces of timber from there. They slice them into smaller pieces. Then you use rubber band to strap them up together, at least 3 or 4 of them together, and place them inside your love cages, where the adult BSF can come and lay their eggs. Once you've done that, you make sure that these eggs are sitting into a tray which has smelly food waste. You see, that smelly food waste attracts the flies to come. They know when they lay their eggs on these wooden eggs here, the eggs are safe, but also when they hatch, there's food waiting for them. So this is what makes it a very special way of doing the things. And of course, in the same lab cage, we have the pupa, which are ready to hatch into a fly. You look at that big piece of metal frame there. There's pupa inside it, waiting to become flies. So for them, when they hatch, they get trapped inside here. They stay here, they drink water, they make love, they mate. When they mate, they lay their eggs here. The process is as simple as that. Once the laying is finished, 2 days after, you, the owner of the farm, you come, or your workers, you get these eggs and scrape out the eggs. You scrape out the eggs and put them where they can hatch without any disturbance. Okay, for instance, you see this covered place here, we have their eggs that have been scraped out and they're hatching. So inside there, you can see the eggs, those yellow little things there. They have hatching. We put a net on top of that little dish. We put again some substrate there, smelly food waste, or fermented maize bran, probably rice bran, and some bananas, certain bananas. When they hatch, they'll move inside the tray. See this little piece of wood covering the eggs. Then inside here is then future new home, where the eggs are going to hatch, and then the little larvae will move there. The process is so simple, anybody can do it. You don't have to be a food scientist, an agriculturist, you just have to be an interested farmer. When you're a farmer, you can do all the things. See inside there? The young ones are there. You see the movements? Now those ones have just been hatched. You see them? They're already getting used to their new home. So from that process of after hatching, we take them into trays where they grow. This side here, we have got where we grow the hatched eggs from stage 1 up to stage 6. Stage 1, they're very small, really tiny. They keep moving every day. They increase in size as they feed. And by your day 6, you'll have them almost on this size. Okay, do you see that? Plenty of BSF which have just been hatched. These are really so much. We are going to move this from here into other trays where we put smaller quantities and give them feeds. Okay, but you can see these are just not even 6 days old, and they're looking so yummy, so goody, ready for your fish to eat them. Okay. So my friends, growing BSF is easy. If you want to learn, contact Dewilos Fish Farm. We are in Lira City in northern Uganda, and we teach you the things practically, or you can call or WhatsApp us on 077 88 65 402, or you can visit our YouTube channel. We are always there posting whatever we're doing in the farm. Just go to YouTube / Dewilos Fish Farm. Make sure it's one word, the @ sign, then Dewilos Fish Farm. Learn these things, save cost in your farm. Don't to be there crying, government help us, donors help us. We are still continuing our series on how you can prepare your BSF farm, how you can prepare your BSF larvae to give to your fish. At this stage, we now have the larvae. It is all mixed up in the food substrate. You can see them here. It's mixed up in the feeds, but there's a lot of larvae here. So before you take this to go and give to your fish or your pigs, you have to sieve it so that all these other debris, big things like this, bones that remained, food, some timber pieces, that mean they all get out. Okay. So to do that, we shall need buckets like this, where we're going to sieve them into. See those two buckets? We shall need some sieving nets like what my colleague has got here. So what we do with that is we take the sieving nets and put top of one of the buckets. You see the way Mr. Emma is doing there. You take one, you put on the top there, then you scoop the larvae, mixed larvae with one, and pour on top there. Now BSF does what they call self-harvesting. It doesn't like light. It doesn't like heat. So it will look for a way to get out of this debris here and go to where it believes it is safe and there is no heat or light in it. So it does self-harvesting. It moves on its own. For you, you just pour your BSF on top of this and they will sort out themselves. Okay, there you go. So we're going to do this for the next about 10 minutes. We should be done and we continue. Watching our videos, you saw how we grow the BSF, how we put them in hatching beds, how we put them on in the larve cages, and the process has been quite simple. Today we are going to feed our fish with our BSF. Martha is preparing her hatchery trays and incubator trays. From there, she has her young larvae she's already putting in. But as she's doing that, let me take you to our topic for the day. Right in front of me here, we now have cleaned, processed BSF, which we sieved through. Remember how we're sieving through? We sieved them. It's now mixed with maize bran and ready for feeding with fish. If you scoop just inside here, you will see a lot of BSF. Okay. So it's like nyama. See them moving out? It's like meat. Look at them. So in this tray now we have a full mix maize bran with black soldier fly, meaning we have our full complete feed for the fish. We have got proteins, we've got carbohydrates, we've got vitamins, we've got amino acids, we've got minerals, and anything you need. They're all inside here. So this now we're going to take it to our fish pond and give the fish, and they're going to enjoy. That really is the process from start to finish. You start by growing your own BSF, feeding them. Then once they have grown, you go and feed to your fish. However, make sure that from the larvae you have got, you keep some so that they mature and they get into the fly stage. They give you new eggs. Don't give all the food, all the larvae to the fish. Keep some, let's say about 30%, store it, and then the balance give to your fish. Thank you. Please follow us to the ponds and see how the fish enjoys this. We've now reached the last stage where our BSF is ready for feeding the fish. I'm here with my colleague Martha. She's preparing her BSF. You can see the BSF is mixed up with some maize bran, some rice bran, and some wheat bran. We mixed it up there to give the fish some additional source of carbohydrates. because the BSF or the black soldier fly is going to be giving them proteins, vitamins, amino acids, and other minerals. Okay, so this is the what we're going to feed the fish in. Our beautiful ponds, earthen ponds full of trees surrounding them, giving them a cool feel. The fish don't feel so much heat. Despite that this time round we are actually in the dry season, we're in December. Northern Uganda is very hot. The places are all dry. You can see the leaves all over the place. The leaves are falling off in the farm. But because we have a lot of trees, it mitigates for the dryness. Okay, so our fish are safe. The water levels have gone a bit down, but our ponds were also we planned for this. The ponds are deep, so we know that by the end of the dry season, we are now in January, come end of March, we shall still be having some water here, and our fish will be safe. So you can see the BSF is ready, Martha is ready, and the fish is ready. So over to you, Martha. Let's see how you feed your fish. After ringing the bell, we shall see whether the fish will wake up and come and eat your. You see, the feeding process is simple. You ring a bell for this fish, and wherever they are, they will know it is food time. Remember, feeds on response. Don't feed them. Don't say, I'm going to pour 1 kilo. No, feed them based on response. Pour, wait a minute, watch, pour again. By the time you see them not finish eating the food, you know that they're satisfied, they will go. And you will not waste your food. Add them more. Okay. So we watch and we wait and we see. You see them coming? Yeah. You see? Okay. We are moving the next dam. It's feeding time. So we're moving through the farm to the next pond. Remember, we have very many ponds here, over 20 ponds. So it's not easy to feed all of them. You will walk a lot, but it's enjoyable. It's an enjoyable experience. See, all these are ponds, and we must feed them. So if you don't innovate, if you don't look for other means, it's going to be very expensive to practice fish farming. There goes Martha. She has the routines for each of this farm. She knows which one she must feed at what time. Today they're eating BSF manufactured by Martha herself. So you can watch the water is bubbling, they're coming closer. They know food is here. You mix the food before you pour because the BSF keep hiding under the maize bran, so you mix it very well. Then they come on top. You see how they're coming on top. Okay, that's now ready. You scoop a cup.